23 minutes to the top of the hour. Rainbow Radio 92.4 FM. And Wasugusa UTA live on Facebook, live on TuneIn, live on DAB Plus, all channels. Say radio in fact, baby, I wish you share the one we are near a be asasi so unihase. Wakoka me nkasa wakoka ufu ho but na wasa wohwehwe bibia wo anyway midi Eddie Daniel Kwaku Datson anopay ma memfa in classroom ko embra was said wajipini na oni matna frontline morning show Mondays, Wednesdays and Friday. We make sure we bring you the very best. My main can wait and show and son and then come on I did BWF solicitors, your preferred community lawyers about the family law, immigration, judicial review, litigation, dispute resolution, Ghanaian law and practice are BWF solicitors. 4th floor Anna House 214 to 218 High Street 7 Sisters London N15 4NP and also woko BWF solicitors woman kwa na ya bomu abodin de omukra 2 quality marks and I say accreditations are law society ediamomo in family law and immigration in say wa with him Ora Bernard over 27 years post qualification experience in Tipapay emranimu die obi abesi a champion pa Fred Ora Bernard a lawyer Bernard it was 077-1276-1884 and a lawyer new Eunice it was 075-35-813910 now I'm not paying come try say oko Archbishop Porter Girls Secondary School the western region of Ghana tak ready to be precise and pacho chimben FDA because in komoya yebedi efa moho Appsa UK National Appsa Midlands Facebook say in sembi twegu in krata bi twegu ni ade na se yepese edin komoyin ya community pese ye hwehwe die wom na die tuemu na anopa mi nsaka Dr. Josephine Odjijah obeboa mesemaboni din ni ya Dr. Josephine Odjijah ono director Education Quality Network Ghana Limited Sansona Appsa Midland interim leader intimamenko ahomano tamlenkasa Dr. Odjijah, good morning.
Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, and good morning to your viewers and your listeners.
Good to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. And thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I had to invite you because it's interesting and we want to find out what is involved in terms of the conversation that is ongoing presently on social media. Now, but before we start, let me find out your title. You lead. It said EQN. What is that about?
Right. So, briefly, EQN is Education Quality Network.
Okay.
And what we do is provide consultancy. We advocate and we research on education quality in Ghana. At the moment, we have 2 interesting portfolios. One is called National Careers Week Ghana, where we have partnered with National Careers Week in the UK. So we visit Ghanaian schools and we organize careers education seminars. So in the last year, we've been to Accra Girls Secondary School. We've been to Amasaman Secondary School, and we are looking to visit more schools this year. So watch the space, and maybe we can come back to talk about our projects.
Absolutely. It will be good to come back and talk about your projects. But this morning, the conversation is on Appsa Midlands. Now, before we go, like Appsa, tell us it's an acronym, obviously. I tried mentioning about, I just want to be sure that I got the name right. So can you tell us what Appsa stands for?
Appsa is Archbishop Porter past student.
Okay, Archbishop Porter's past student.
Past student, yes. And let me put this into... Or shall I wait? Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, so Appsa is Archbishop Porter Past Student Association Midlands, in the Midlands, yes.
In the Midlands. Okay, yeah. So and Archbishop Porter is like I got it correctly, is your alma mater. The school is in the western region of Ghana, isn't it?
A certainly great school.
Awesome, awesome. So now we just saw Appsa. I know of Appsa, like, you know, as an association, but then recently we saw Appsa Midlands that has started, and some conversations that were going on back and forth. So who is Appsa Midlands in the first place?
Thank you, Daniel. Let me put this into context.
Okay.
You know that's information already. The UK is made up of 4 countries: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. If you take England alone, it has the South, the North, Central England, which is Midlands, where we are.
Okay.
And the Midlands has several thriving cities that are developing. And these cities are witnessing real estate development at a very fast pace. So over the years, Appsans have moved outside of London. So clearly, having one model or one chapter called Appsa UK has now become untenable, and because of the changing democracy of Appsans in the UK, who now live outside of London. So Appsa Midlands is simply a group of lovely, accomplished women who attended this great school in the western region of Ghana, a school that we are so proud of, who want to come together to have fun. And in the process of having fun, we can support our school, we can support the communities that we live in, because we believe that, I mean, it's right to give back to the community that nurtured you. And it is also right to give back to the community that you live in currently. So we just want to have fun, support ourselves, support our alma mater and the communities that we live in. That is Appsa Midlands.
Oh, okay. So, but as part of the parent association, with some of the objectives you've set out, were these things that you couldn't do as part of the larger association?
Like I said, Appsans have moved outside of London, and the proximity, it's with proximity, with providing localized support for Appsans, it has become necessary to have Appsa Midlands. And also, I think COVID opened our eyes. COVID taught us so many things, and it made us review the way we do things. And what we thought was not normal was no longer normal. So the world has experienced something like a reset, and industries, organizations are reviewing the way they do things. And the Alumni Association is not immune to this. So we just thought that the time has come for Appsans in the Midlands region to congregate under a name called Appsa Midlands. And that is all there is, Daniel.
I mean, that sounds straightforward and interesting, you know. So why the opposition from your national executives? And to put a bit of meat on this particular question, when I shared this information yesterday, I actually had a response from one of your national executives, and she sent me a message to say that Appsa Midland is not recognized. I think there's a communique that has been issued. I will read that, but she actually sent me a message, and let me try and I'm going to read this directly. So it says that, okay, it said, okay, we're not sure why you are sharing this information, but your guest does not represent Appsa or the school. and they don't really mind whatever name Appsa Midlands calls themselves. But I just want to get some understanding that didn't any dialogue go on before you yourself and the team decided to start this chapter?
Right. We don't see any opposition from Appsa, the National Secretariat. We don't see it as an opposition at all.
Okay.
Let me tell you this. Now, we have engaged with the parent body for over 4 months. I personally contacted the president of Appsa National Secretariat on the 3rd of April and on the phone. And I communicated to her our intention. And I have to place on record that she was welcoming of the idea of Appsa Midlands. And she advised that put it in writing to the parent body and we'll get back to you. The next day I did that and she acknowledged. So for the past 4 months or a little over 4 months, we have been engaging with Appsa National, and they did not mention any process or procedure to us, even though on 2 occasions I requested that was there a procedure to follow? What procedure are you following? There was no response. All the response we got was, we'll get back to you. So okay. After 4 months, we got a letter from the parent body saying that we will not recognize you because you have not followed our affiliation policy. And I'm like,
but did you go ahead and start even as you were waiting for a response?
No.
Okay.
No, we didn't.
You just got a letter saying that we wouldn't recognize you.
Yes. We didn't start. I waited. Well, she asked me to wait, so I waited. I have that patience, so I waited. And then, so she sent us a letter to say that you have not followed our affiliation policy, so we will not recognize you. And you must do A, B, C. And must, the word must was actually put in capital letters. You must do A, B, C. So I said, oh, okay. But we've been engaging for the past 4 months. So why haven't you told us that there's an affiliation policy? You made us wait for 4 months before telling us that there's an affiliation policy. Regardless of that, okay, give us the affiliation policy. Share a copy with us. And you think that the policy would have even been attached to the letter. But that wasn't the case. So we said, okay, share the policy with us so we have a full understanding of the policy. And we made that request on the 7th of August. Until today, as we speak, they have not shared a policy with us.
Okay. Now, let me read for the benefit of our listeners who, may not have seen the disclaimer that was issued by the National. Even as we have this conversation, let me read this disclaimer. It says it's actually been posted on Facebook, so this is in the public domain. It says Appsa National Secretariat. The date is the 10th of August, 2023, and it's copied to all absence. And from Appsa National, copied Council of Elders and Management of Archbishop Porter Girls Secondary School. And the subject is a disclaimer. It says that it has come to the attention of the leadership of Appsa that a group calling itself Appsa UK Midlands has formed a Facebook account. Appsa, its Council of Elders and Management of Archbishop Porter Girls Senior Secondary School do not recognize this group. Appsa is a registered association and its laid down rules and procedures must be adhered to by all. Kindly note, past students of Archbishop Porter Senior High School in the UK who wish to join the association, Appsa UK should kindly contact us via then an email address is supplied. Have you seen this particular disclaimer at all yourself?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And have your executives seen it as well?
Yes, we have.
And what has been your response to it?
Our response to them has been that we requested to see the affiliation policy. We are happy to follow the affiliation policy. It's just that we cannot follow it when we have not seen it. how do you follow a policy that you have not seen? So we have requested to see the policy, and we are glad and happy to follow it if they share the policy with us. And we are happy for Appsa Midlands to go ahead, and if they are not going to recognize us, that is fine. At the end of the day, Appsans will decide which association they want to join. The model they have in Ghana is that there are several chapters, and they encourage Appsans in Ghana to join more than one chapter.
That is what I was going to come
Yes.
to, because I've seen that on the national, the Appsa national page, that there are flyers of Appsa Tema chapter, I think it's Accra chapter. There are a couple of chapters. So I was going to come to that and ask if that model doesn't exist here in UK.
That is what we want to bring to the UK, because it is the right thing to do. People live up north, south, and you don't expect them to be part of the current Appsa UK, which is London-centric, and it has been for so many years. So we feel that it is time now for Appsans in the Midlands to congregate to support ourselves. And so we don't see this as an opposition. It is a challenging period, or change is always challenging. And we are happy to work with Appsa National Secretariat to follow the policy that they are talking about. But then Appsa Midlands is here, and it has come to stay.
It has come to stay. So currently, how many members are part of Appsa Midlands since you've started?
I am not going to reveal that.
All right. Okay. So let me find out what is the temperature like, because obviously, with this back and forth going on between Appsa Midlands and the national, what are the sentiments of Appsans in general who are in UK? What are they talking about?
Actually, we've had a lot of support. We've had a lot of encouragement, because this is something that many people have wished for, but I think they haven't had the time to start this. So truly, we've had a lot of encouragement and support, and people are really excited to see where this is going to. So the sensation is exciting to us. We are loving it, because we see it as positivity, something new, something exciting is happening in the alumni landscape in the UK. And I think it's brilliant. It's a debate that we've been uncomfortable to have for a very long time. And so it's really an exciting period for us. We are happy to engage with Appsa National Secretariat, and we are happy. We are just excited of the new development. Yes.
So as it stands now, if Appsa National is having or holding any activity, does it mean that your members are not going to be part of it?
It's entirely up to them if they want us to be part of the activity.
Okay, so if they want you to be part of it, you are happy to, but on your own accord, you will not, you don't, although you form a chapter with your executives and the people who are part of Appsa Midlands now, do you still see yourselves as part of the UK umbrella? Do you see yourself in any way where there are points where your activities would maybe converge?
Definitely, because we are going to be part of the alumni UK. So definitely we are going to meet with our sisters in Appsa UK at events. And in fact, we have sent them a letter to Appsa UK to officially inform them as a mark of respect, a mark of reverence. We are all Appsans, and at some point we'll meet. So we have officially informed the president of Appsa UK that there is a sister chapter in the Midlands. And even though the national body says we are not a part of them, it's fine. But we are Appsans. We are all Appsans, and nobody can take that away from us.
With this going on, have you had any conversations with maybe currently the schools, maybe governing bodies or the headmistress, or do they have anything to contribute to this, or have they spoken to any of you with regards to this? I should say this challenging, conversations you are having.
I have only been engaging with the president of Appsa National, the national body. And I've also received information that one of the Council of Elders has taken my telephone number, and she's visiting the UK and she would contact me. So I'm waiting for her to contact me.
Now, for an association, I know there is always a way that, you register your stuff, the way you get recognized legitimately and legally within UK. So I was just doing a little research and I found out that Appsa Midlands is registered as a limited liability company, like Appsa Limited. Is there any reason for that at all?
We wanted to have to be an established entity in the UK, just like any other entity. Appsa UK is registered as an entity in the UK, so it's just a procedure to secure the name. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Do you think that may be the reason why the national the Appsa National is feeling, I don't know whether to use the word uncomfortable in terms of the sort of what do you call this? The sort of the word is not coming, but the sort of process that you want to take to establish yourselves as do you think they have some challenge with that?
I wouldn't think so, Daniel. I don't think any Appsa chapter would set itself up to do anything to discredit the school in any way.
Okay.
I do not think so. Any Appsa chapter that is set up is to support Appsans, and if they can support the school, then fine, they will support the school. But I think we need to move away from this idea that a group of Appsans who want to congregate need permission to do that. I think it is a misplaced idea that we need to disregard or discard. Because it is a social association. Okay,
so there is freedom of association.
There is freedom of association, and if you have, I believe in processes. I believe in procedures, and anybody who knows me know that I believe in processes and procedures, and I would follow process and procedure if there was one. So it's not about us not wanting to follow procedure. We do not know the procedure. You have stated in your letter that you must go through Appsa UK to create Appsa Midlands. And that in itself is illogical, Daniel, because Appsa UK it has individual membership. It is not a parent body. You have identified Appsa UK as the mother of Appsa in the diaspora. So are you telling us if Appsans in Scotland, in the Netherlands wanted to come together, they have to go through Appsa UK? And with Appsa UK, and you're also saying that Appsa UK should be the one to initiate, as if to say, to come up with the idea that the UK needs another chapter. It is not in a position to do that because it has its own individual members. So for Appsa UK to become a mother, I would suggest, or I have suggested to them, that Appsa UK must have the model of Appsa National in Ghana. It has to become a secretariat, not a chapter that has its own members, because there would always be conflict of interest. If it has its own members and it has to decide to open a chapter somewhere, there will be conflict of interest.
Doc, just I know we will have press for time, but I'm really interested in this explanation. So, what's the difference between the secretariat and then the chapter? Educate us a little bit.
So the secretariat is like a mother. It hasn't got individual membership. So the secretariat is made up of chapters. You understand? So it's made up of the Takoradi chapter, the Kumasi, the Accra, and they pay yearly dues to the secretariat.
Right.
So we need that kind of secretariat in the UK. But the current Appsa UK hasn't got the articles and the procedures, and I say this on authority, they haven't got that to birth new chapters in the UK.
So let's look at the next steps. What from where do we go? Where do we go from here? Obviously, it looks like I don't know if it's a deadlock between national and then Appsa Midlands. So where do we go from here as an association, as women of great integrity? You're doing a lot for the community, but obviously with this playing out in the social or community gallery, you want to have an amicable resolution at the end of the day. Where do we go from here?
For us, our next steps is to focus on building Appsa National. We believe that we have given the parent company the reverence, the respect, the courtesies, and we have given them ample time to give us the affiliation policy. And we requested for that on the 7th of August. As I speak to you now, we have not seen the affiliation policy. So we are happy to follow the policy, and we are happy to build Appsa Midlands. We believe that there is no policy. There is no affiliation policy, which is fine, Daniel. You can tell us that, sisters, this is a new situation. We want to ensure consistency, uniformity. So give us time and let's put a process together. You understand? So that is fine. But you tell us that follow our affiliation policy, but you have failed to share the policy with us. So Appsa Midlands is here.
Okay.
So the way forward is collaboration. That's the way forward.
The way forward is collaboration. Before you go, two things that I want to find out from you. I mean, all students associations play a very important role. In developing their alma maters, you kind of engaging in different social interventions and a lot of other things. But when it comes to the next generation, obviously, with this particular situation which is out on social media, so a lot of the younger ones are reading, they are following the story. What would you say would be sort of the impact, and how can they progress and develop in your footsteps as the elders, if I should ask that?
There are a lot of lessons to be learned here, that we need to be open-minded. We need to embrace change, Daniel. Change is the only constant factor that we have in this world. And we need to critically analyze situations and find out how to resolve it, instead of using authority and being autocratic about the way we do things. Like I said, we need to collaborate. We need to live in harmony. There is no problem that we cannot solve if we talk to each other. So for the younger ones, the lessons here is that we need to talk to each other and collaborate. There is enough space for everybody in the UK, and there's no need for any territorial disputes.
Right. Doc, you are a researcher, you do a lot in education. I think my final question to you will be to find out what challenges you see in the Ghana education system. I think I would have done my listeners a disservice if I don't ask this question. We want to know what are some of the challenges you see in the Ghana education system, and what do you think can be done to resolve it?
That's a question I love. And I'm glad you said one challenge, because I could list so many of them. I think for me, a recent challenge is the appalling results of the Ghana teacher licensure exams. Every Ghanaian, wherever you are, must be concerned. The quality of any education system is only as good as the quality of its teachers. So if we have teachers who are failing miserably in an exam, then we must be concerned. We must be concerned. So one of our portfolios, as per Education Digest, is currently working to release a white paper on the licensure exams. We are looking at the quality, the training, the consistency of training at the training institutions, and we are looking at the delivery and implementation of the licensure exams itself. But then I can say that one of the approaches that high-performing education systems use is that they help their teacher trainees to build capacities, skills, right from the first year of their training. They move the training from the institutions to the classrooms, to the schools, to the students, to the pupils, because research shows that is where teachers can build their skills more effectively. So let's leave the lectures, the lecture rooms, and take the teachers to the classrooms, to the schools where they are going to teach, for them to build skills more effectively. So you have to call me back to come and talk about this.
Definitely, we'll do that. You've piqued my interest as far as this particular issue is concerned, and I'm sure that a lot of people who are interested in education have concerns when it comes to the level of the quality of education that we have back home in Ghana, especially those who have been to the diaspora and have been exposed to the quality level. So definitely, Dr. Odjijah, I would have you back. Thanks very much for taking time out this morning. I know you're a busy woman, taking time out for us to talk about Appsa Midlands and matters arising. We are hopeful that whatever it is, there will be an amicable resolution, and then we would see more engagements from both chapters, and especially for the younger ones who are coming and looking up to their leaders, and their elder sisters would have a lot of good stuff to learn. So Doc, thank you very much.
Yeah. And thank you too for having me, and thank you to your viewers and your listeners for listening to me. Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Doc. Right. With your
Rainbow Radio 2.4 FM and DAB+.
I'm going to leave now. My time is well spent, and thank you very much for tuning in. Many Dr. Josephine Odjijah and Edin Komo in some on social media, the Archbishop Porters Girls Past Students Association, the Parents Association, any new association or mati, and then sensema koso ni edi hun komono. But like you've heard, we've picked the lessons inherent, and then we are looking forward. Say, as a community, there will always be harmony, there will always be engagement, and there will always be conversations. Let's agree to disagree, and we can't go wrong with that. Midin Eddie Daniel, Kweku Datson, Rainbow Radio 92.4 FM, Frontline Morning Show, brought to you by Aquantupa Life Insurance. For Aquantupa, peace of mind, up to 70,000 Ghana cedis. You pay premiums kakra bi every month, and No, Wednesday, no many Porsche didn't come on. The highest premium you're paying is around 32 pounds a month. And you can access up to 70,000, which is equivalent of more than 4,500 pounds sterling. And other benefits inherent in Timisro. But more than say over free Porsche, our number midi air 2J number near +233 2702 71111 +233 270 271111 and I say call website www.akwentupa.com. Mamunya nentia oni Porsche akasa se otinka ewo Rainbow Radio. Sansona Unity Link Money Transfer, the biggest and longest standing Ghanaian own money transfer now. Almost I saw ya sing bro. Now finally answer na mekono Joe Metal is in London this September. Pacho Mema Urenfi, don't give this up for all the rice, fried rice I obeyed in your lifetime, and don't give